So in this video, we're going to talk about Advantage campaign budget and should you use it or should you not use it. There's basically two ways to set your ads budget, and that's either in the campaign level, where Facebook will distribute your budget across different ad sets based on how they're performing, or at the ad set level, where you basically have much more control over how the ads budget will be distributed. But does more control mean even better results? Well, technically not. So Facebook is basically now calling some of their features Advantage Plus. Even the ads placement is now called Advantage Plus placements. Your audiences are now called Advantage Plus audiences. Well, for sure, everyone would love to have some advantage, but the majority of us think when Facebook is trying to take control of a feature, they're trying to get us to spend more money. And while that's true technically, if Facebook helps your ads perform even better, driving more sales, you spend more money on Facebook ads. But before we talk about the hero of today's video, let's talk about some of the problems with setting your budget at the ad sets level. I've basically got four ad sets in this campaign, and what I like to draw to your attention is how the budget was set. I set the budget on the ad set level, and we're going to talk about the problem with setting the budget on the ads level. 3,500 daily, the second campaign 2,005, and we're spending more money on the third campaign. But going over the metrics and seeing how these campaigns performed, you can clearly see that the campaign where we spent less money outperformed every other campaign. We had more impressions, at least an average cost per mile, we had more reach, more frequency, not the best click-through rate, but then we have more link clicks. The problem with setting your budget on the ad set level is you're basically going to be forcing your budget on an ad set. Technically, if we had the Advantage campaign budget feature turned on, Facebook would have optimized this campaign even more by distributing more budget to this campaign, and we would have had better results compared to actually spending more money on this ad set that didn't give us as much results as we saw when we spent 2,500 on this ad set. I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't set your budget on the ad set level, but the thing here is, instead of trying to make adjustments to your campaign daily, trying to increase budget, because basically when you go through these metrics and you discover a campaign is not performing as it should, you're going to try to either decrease the budget, or when a campaign is performing, you're going to increase the budget. This saves you the stress of having to increase your budget over 3 different campaigns, compared to when you just on the Advantage campaign budget feature on, and then all you have to do is increase budget by a certain percent daily or weekly, and then Facebook will now track the metrics and decide which ad set gets more budget. Okay, so that is basically where I think the Advantage campaign budget feature is quite useful. Now let's look at how to properly use the Advantage campaign budget feature. So in my opinion, the best place to use the Advantage campaign budget feature is in a sales campaign objective. And that's simply because there are metrics that Facebook would actually track to decide which of your ad set gets a better result. Now, an example of that metric would basically be ROAS. Okay, Facebook will actually track how much return on ad spend you're actually getting in the ad set, and other metrics like frequency and reach and impressions will also be some of the things Facebook would actually use to determine how to distribute budget in your ad set. So what you want to do now, a proper way to use the Advantage campaign budget feature is to create a sales campaign, and we're going to name this DaVinci's Pixel. Now, I've seen a ton of you create a single ad set and then stack your target locations. Now, we're not going to do that here. The Advantage campaign budget feature would be useless if you're creating just one ad set. Supposing you're running an ad and you're targeting, let's say, 3 different countries. Instead of actually stacking those target locations into one ad set, you're going to create 3 different ad sets, and each ad set will be targeting each country you're looking to make sales from. So the first one is basically going to be let's say you're targeting Australia. Then in this ad set you're going to target Liberia, and then in another ad set you're going to target Nigeria. Okay, so you've basically got 3 ad sets and you're actually trying to sell the same product to these different countries. Now, the disadvantage with actually stacking your target locations is, for example, you want to know which country is actually bringing in more sales. I mean, you wouldn't be able to determine that if you target all these locations in one ad set. But then if you actually create different ad sets for these different target locations, you'd be able to determine which ad set is basically going to bring you more sales. So we've got 3 ad sets, 3 different target locations. So instead of actually setting your budget at the ad set level, we're going to go over to the campaign level and we're going to turn on advantage campaign budget. So let's say, for example, we usually spend 5,000 Naira daily on each ad set. So what you're basically just going to do is type in 15K. Okay, so 15,000, and Facebook will now decide which ad set they're going to distribute more budget to, and that is one way to optimize your campaigns greatly. So the thing here, another advantage with using this feature is, instead of actually coming to the metrics every day trying to track the cost per click or the cost per mile and see which campaign you're going to increase budget on, you can basically just come here and you say maybe every week, that's weekly, you're going to increase your budget by 10%. Okay, so 10% of 15K is 1,500. So you're going to say I'd increase my budget to 16,500. If you want to do 50%, you probably do 23,000. So Facebook will in turn decide which of these ad sets gets to receive more budget based on how they're performing. Okay, another scenario where you can actually use the advantage campaign budget feature is when you're creating a custom audience. So you can decide to say, I want to create a custom audience for video views, and I want to create a custom audience for those who have interacted with my Facebook page, and probably another custom audience for those who have interactions on your website. So you're basically not going to stack these custom audiences in one ad set, because you are definitely not going to be able to track which of these custom audiences are performing better. So what you want to do is create each ad set for custom audiences from video views, custom audiences from those who have engaged with your page, and those who have carried out a website activity, and then you set a budget at the campaign level and allow Facebook to do its thing. Now, so let me know in the comments section how long you've been using this feature and if it's been giving you great results. If you're serious with learning more about Facebook ads, I'd love for you to check this website called Pixel Academy, where you can basically learn anything from hundreds of courses, and you can also sign up as an instructor and earn some money off purchases from your course. I'll leave a link in the description. Last but not the least, if you found this video really helpful, make sure you subscribe and turn notifications on so you'd be notified when I release new videos. And if you would love to connect with me on Instagram, link is in the description. Don't forget to keep things straight to the point, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace out, guys.